Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I'm gonna check my door real quick because I don't remember if I changed my sign to on air. Sweet, I did. I just have a little door hanger sign that says on air, and then that way if anyone wants to come down and talk to me, they know that I'm busy. Anyway, it's Friday, so that means Chibi Friday. We're working on the Chibi Orca plus my 2 random words that I use. It's called randomwordgenerator.com or something. Anyway, the words were agent and wrap. So, this is how far we got last week. We got the basic colors down. Also figured out that this is an interesting type of paper, not what I was expecting, and so it's going to be a really new experience to start layering colors and melding them together on this paper. This I've been saving, I think a couple streams ago. Wow, this really, looking at my white balance, went crazy because of the blue. And then I also have the blue, I got my Protego Foundation blue hoodie that they were having a sale. It is making my white balance on my camera go crazy. I wonder if there's something I can... That's brightness. Maybe this is white balance? Holy crap. Wow, that's crazy. Nah. Oh, no. Whoa. I've never pressed this button before. This is definitely an interesting stream already. What is this? Oh, look, here's regular old grayscale. And what's this? Oh, little green, little... Is this normal? No! I went back to the weird one. Okay. So this is normal. What's this? I think this is a little light. Sorry, I'm putting my hand up to see. It's too far up to actually make a difference. I guess I'll have that little light on. Maybe it will help. Yeah, all this blue stuff is making the white balance go crazy on my camera. Anyway, so I'm saving this. Ah, dog hair. I vacuum every week. Well, I vacuum every other week, and then some cleaning people vacuum every other week. Or whatever. Anyway, this room is vacuumed every week, but it doesn't matter because the puppies shed so much all the time. Okay, what was I talking about? I'm saving this. I realized that I could make a cool background that looks kind of like water without, like a stylized version of being in the water by sort of layering these splotchy ones and these sort of straight splotchy ones. But we're not to that point yet. I want to pretty much color, I want to finish marker work on the Orca before I do that. And then I will use marker with this. Then I'll redo the lines to make them more defined, and like some of them will be tapered, thicker here and there. I also have this, which I definitely want to keep handy. This is the last page of my sketchbook. On the reverse side was my practice session, figuring out the basics of an Orca. But here now I'm keeping track of the marker colors, and I only used 4. That was quite surprising, only 4 colors. You wouldn't believe it, but there's a color right here. It's this cool gray one. So I'm going to keep this here so that I can continue to track my colors as I work. I got this out, but I don't think I'll need it today. This is my basic sketch kit. But I'll just have it on hand in case. Exie, hello! How are you? So great to see you again. I'm getting up for a second. I need my Copic. What is this? I can never remember what this is. Swatch book. Wow, I wonder if it's... Actually, I'm looking at your name in the chat. Oh, cool. I was wondering why it has this first next to it. So, like, even though I've been streaming for a long time, I'm just a lurker when I watch other people's streams. I don't, like, interact very much, actually. So, I was like, what is this first? And then when I hover over it, it says, like, you're a founder, 1 month subscriber. That's so cool. I am learning so much about Twitch. Just trying to connect with people, and so I have not really gotten into dive deep into how the platform, it's like the little details of how the platform works, things that are unique to it. But I'm learning. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water. I also decided, there's all this stuff you can do when you're affiliate, and I did not expect it. Like, some things I definitely want to do. You can make like custom icons and stuff. It's not called that. It's called something else. Anyway, I would like to do that. I could get some spare time. One thing I was looking at, it was turning on ads to make money, and I was like, nah. When I was looking at how they work, they just play over the top of your stream. So like you're still streaming and then there's an ad playing. Like, nah, I would rather like not make money and not interrupt my stream and my chatting with people. So that's not what I use Twitch for. But it's still cool to see all this other stuff that I'm just learning new stuff about it every day. You're doing all right. Yay! Glad to hear it. You're welcome. How are you? I'm pretty good. I'm glad that it's Friday. Oh, it looks like I need to turn my volume down a little bit. The volume, the audio mixer thing keeps going, beer, like hitting the red. Like, whoops. So I guess I'm pretty good because I'm really loud. I'm being really loud. So I'm like, the Japanese word is genki. So I'm very energetic today. It might also be because I just did a 6-kilometer run as part of my training next weekend. So not tomorrow, but the Saturday after that. I'm doing the annual Christmas run that the YMCA here puts on. And it's 6 miles, which is pretty much a 10K. It's a little short of a 10K. So I'm trying to work up to that in a very short time. Worst case scenario, I'll walk it. So let's see. What do? I'm going to get some shading on the white parts of the body first. Because, just like with watercolor, I found that it works best to work from light to dark. Because if you get too dark and then you do a light color next to it, you might pull it into the area you don't want it. So I started with C1. I guess I'll get that out in case I want to blend with it, because it can help to go over it again for blending or other reasons, but I usually skip, so I won't go to C2. When I first started using markers, I would go like C1, C2, C3, and it was just way too much, because then I'd end up being like, well, it's all C9 anyway, so why don't I just do C1, C4? So, but looking at how dark it gets, I think I'll do my usual. I usually just skip the 1 in between. So I started with 1, so I'm going to do C3 for the next layer of shadow. C1. C3. Woohoo! C3PO. Star Wars reference. It's not C3PO colored at all. It's looking great so far. Thank you! I hope I can get the marker done today because this is turning into another really long... I guess it's because I'm challenging myself by adding the extra words and not just illustrating an animal, not just making an animal into a chibi, but these are taking way longer than I thought. I was like, oh, it'll take me like 2 or 3 sessions, and like here I am again, session 4. I've just barely got a color on there. Take a sip of water and start doing this. I've got to think about my light source. If the whale, well, it's not a whale, it's a orca, so it's like a giant dolphin basically. Anyway, it is underwater, So the light source is pretty much going to be from above. And so I'll make it so that it's lighting our character well, lighting the face well. I want this to be well lit. And there's no other reason to make the light source anywhere else. I'll make it from above and this direction. So like the sun is way up here and coming down this way. So if that's the case, this part will be in shadow. I think actually, so maybe this little part of the tail would have a tiny bit of light curving around and hitting. But almost everything is going to be in shadow. So here we go. Now this paper is very interesting with markers. So wherever you lift up the marker, it just makes a little dot. So it's also going to be interesting to see how well it blends when I start adding more and more layers. There's the first bit. I'm going to try to do these lines all parallel to each other so that it's not too much streakiness. This paper has given me a lot more streakiness than I generally have to deal with when I use like Bristol style paper. But I'm not afraid. I'll be able to make it look nice by the end. Just gotta keep working on it. That's what I've found, is that every illustration I make, every piece that's not just a simple sketch, there's always this point, and it's pretty much right now, where there's this feeling like, oh no, what have I done? And luckily, I've experienced this enough times that even though I still feel it when I look at it, I'm like, oh no, this is not what I wanted. It's actually a good sign because it just means I'm in the middle of working on it. Like when you first start, it's really exciting because you're just barely making something brand new and everything is all fresh and clean, and the idea is also fresh and clean and new. And you start working on it, you're like, I don't know, and you're like questioning yourself. But if you just keep working on it, or at least for me, if I just keep working on it, then it comes through. Now I'm getting C5 to do a second layer. And I guess I will mark now. Oops, wrong end. The colors that I'm using. And let's see, do I have a regular writing pen in here? Ooh, I do, I remember. Okay, C3. Alright, now I'm starting to think. So there will be light wrapping around. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. So I'll leave a little bit like right here and along here. And then I've already left a little bit here, so I'll leave even more. doing a different direction just to cover more space and to make sure this line is fairly straight. Now also later, I have a clear marker that's just the alcohol medium, and then I can use that to see about blending it even more. And C5. Okay, I think doing 2 layers of shadow will be good enough for now. That's usually how much I do, and then I put highlights. I might do more though, but I'm going to do 2 layers of shadow on everything first and then decide. So the next color is the scarf. So I use Red Violet 34. Let me look what else is in that color family. Red Violet 34. I'm not too enthused about the options. I might go into a red. So this is Red Violet. RV is Red Violet, and these are the reds. Yeah, maybe something like this. This is more the color I was imagining in my head, but I purposefully went for the violet shade for the pink because it's underwater, so it'll all be tinted blue. Then again, this is about the same intensity as this one, so maybe I'll just go to this as my darkest shade. I feel like I do need something in between. This is kind of a big jump. So maybe in the reds there's something. Looks like this will probably be the best option, but I'll get both of these and then mix them on this page. It's not exactly the same paper, but hopefully it'll be close enough to see how they mix. So I need Red Violet 34, 29, and Red 37. 34, 29, 37. 34, 29, there's 29. 34 and 27. Here they are. Look pretty, these two look pretty similar based on the caps, but we'll see what they're like on the page. Do a little test. So the base color was this. I'll do it, let's see. I'll do it down here. Okay. And then for the middle color, so let's let this dry for a sec. Doesn't usually take too long for alcohol markers to dry, but I want to make sure it's as dry as this page because it could make a difference. Okay, that's probably good enough. And so let's see how this one looks. Wait, wrong side. Oh wow, it totally obliterates it. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let's try something not quite. So maybe this R35, one step below. Oh, I'll do another swatch while I'm getting it, and then that way it'll be ready. There. So R27, R25 instead. Or I guess it was 24. Was it? Oh, wait. R35. I'm so confused. Not 25. R35. Maybe I grabbed the wrong color in the first place. No. No, yes, no. I might have... Well, I'll just try this one. I got it out. I'm so confused. Thank goodness it's Friday. Okay. Not much more left of being confused about what I'm doing. That's why I'm saying thank goodness it's Friday. Also because Friday is movie night and we're going to be watching... Wait, which one? We're going to be watching Order of the Phoenix this week. We made it to Order of the Phoenix. It's my least favorite book, but not because I dislike how the book is written or anything, but because it's so freaking depressing. I hate it. But it's like it's necessary for the overall story. I appreciate it as well. That's a bit better. It's like when I went over it, it's still a little much though. Like I don't think I'll even go this dark now that I'm seeing how this one interacts. Maybe this is the darkest I want to go. I gotta keep thinking about it. So these feel like a next step for this. But they're so purpley. They're a lot more purple than I thought I'd be going. The dilemmas caused by a limited color palette. Exy, you feel like it's the most depressing one too. Yeah, man. It's so... Well, I mean, Harry Potter's been out for long enough. I don't think I have to hold back for spoilers. Like, he finally got someone and a place to be that's not horrible, and then it's taken right away. It's awful. But, I don't know. It's... To write a good story, it can't always be good things all the time. And I appreciate that. So, it's like, it's necessary... It's necessary for the overall grand adventure. This is the one I just used, right? R35. I am so conflicted. This one just seems so dark. But this is way too bright. Whatever, I'll just go with it. So, what does it look like if I do put this RV 29 on top of it? Yeah, that's pretty dark. But it is supposed to be shadow. I'll just go with it. I can't debate all day. Just gotta make a choice. Do it. Let's just do it. Okay. Here we go. R35 was the middle shade color. Plus I can also add more RV34 on top. Because clearly it's already shown how much darker it can get when that's the only marker you're using, so I think it'll be alright. So I'm thinking about the shadows now. I've started to build a line right here, so I gotta keep that in mind. But I had the brightest spot right there. I'm trying to keep in mind what I'm doing. So I think this would be all in shadow, in the first layer of shadow. So I'll do that first, and then I will think about the next step. This is a lot closer to the color I was imagining, without accounting for the underwater scene. Closer to the color for the scarf. I think ultimately I'll still put this into Photoshop. I mean, I always put it into Photoshop anyway in order to just digitize it to post it online. But I think I will still put like a layer on top in Photoshop to be like an overlay layer to give it like a blue-green ocean look. Okay, here comes the part where I gotta think more about where the light would be hitting. So it would be hitting this pretty spot on right here. So I'm just gonna do a line along here to show there's an edge to the scarf, and that's in shadow. And then as it's coming under, not too much, but as it's coming under this other piece, I think there'd be a little shadow as well. Wow, not nearly as much marker is coming out. Not as much color is coming out on this little tiny side versus the chisel side. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit on these tassels. Okay. Since this side is so light, I'm going to do a little bit right here too. It's interesting. It does seem like this paper is allowing the old marker to be moved around even after it's dried, so that's an interesting bonus. So we've got the hat. I will add a little shadow on here as well. Okay, the scarf. So I think some light would be coming in on the back side right here. Maybe some light reflecting around this side too. And these tassels, since they're under the orca's body, I think they would be pretty dark. Okay, this color, I'm done with it for now. So I'll put it here. This is R35. Oops. Oh, did Today I started making up some spells. There's one I really like. I don't know the incantation yet, but the spell is used for closing and opening books. Ooh! But it remembers the page last closed. That would be super handy. That is such a super handy spell. I love reading. I like read almost every day. And it is like the tiniest little annoyance trying to get the book over. Even you got your bookmark. But even then, you're like trying to get it to open. You can feel the bookmark is there, but you're trying to like get it and not rip the page or whatever. And yeah, just like boom. And it opens right up, and then you don't even need a bookmark unless you want one for decoration, which I do like doing. Yeah, that's a cool spell. Another one I'd like that's similar, that solves book reading, like reader problems or whatever, is when the book starts getting really heavy and like, but you don't want to stop reading, but it's like it's so heavy and like you're trying to, like you're laying on your back, but then you're laying on your stomach, and then so it'd be like some sort of spell that makes the book either like makes the book light, or maybe like the book is just magically in the perfect position no matter what how you're positioned. Like if you get on your back, then the book goes like this, and if you get on your stomach, or if you're sitting up, and then the book goes like this. I think that would be cool. That one seems a little more complicated though. That's like might be like a high-end kind of spell. Yes, please do. Please write it. That would be such a good spell. Yeah, you can have all the book reader problems spells. So like the spell when the jacket is like gets like, I read the hardback books with the jacket, and then like it starts coming up a little bit or it's sticking out. I'm like, no, please stay on the book. And some people just take them off, but I like to keep it on the book because I don't want to lose it or wreck it or something. So many reading problems. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but they're kind of annoying if you're a reader. Wow, dang. This marker is like hardly any darker than what I've already put on. Well, I'll just do what I can. This is I'm putting on the second layer of shading. I guess it's showing up better. It's showing up a bit better. Okay. So right here the head is blocking any light coming over. But maybe right here, the chin isn't quite blocking it as much. And then I'm going to leave some space for reflective light. Yeah, it's too bad I could not find a satisfying middle color between this pink and the first layer of red. Well, I'll just have to keep working on it. I will figure it out. This kind of problem solving is a big reason why I like physical media so much anyway. How to make it work. I only have these certain things that I can use or that I can change. How to make it work. Okay, now I'm gonna use the pink that I started with to do a little blending and see if that helps. Helps these colors feel a little more cohesive. Red Violet 29. I'm currently making the spells they would teach in the first class. So the students can use them in their education. Like one for moving the writings on the paper so they don't need to rewrite everything just to reorder their essays. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Maybe one for erasing ink as well. Because you reminded me of like moving stuff or being able to adjust something but it's handwritten. Like I don't like writing in pencil because I'm left-handed and the English writing goes like this and it's like, and then my hand is all dirty and my words are all smeared. So I like the erasable pens. I got a pack of them like a month ago. I'm like, these are the best. So you're writing, but then if you mess up, you just erase it. So something you can do like that with magic, and then that way you could still use, it's like I love fountain pens. So you could still use your really nice fountain pen ink and your favorite fountain pen and really encourage you to write and get your assignments done or whatever. And then you can just erase whatever. Tap it. Boom. Then you can rewrite it. That would be cool. Especially also because in the real world, those erasable pens aren't 100%. Sometimes a little ink gets stuck and you just cannot get rid of it. Yes! All my dreams are coming true. All the best spells added to the list. Yay! Yeah. Practical magic. I think that's a name of a show, but I like this idea. Just stuff that's useful, solving little everyday problems. Keep going out of the lines. Getting some interesting texture from the marker, going. It's almost like watercolor texture, what I'm getting. Very, very interesting. It does, what am I trying to say? It does blend. It does blend more when you go over it. Again, here, I'll hold it up. See if it, sweet, it focused. So that's looking pretty, it's kind of reflecting, but that's looking pretty smooth. And here's a patch where I only went over it once so far, and that's kind of blotchy. And this one's looking a little more smooth, but it's still got interesting cloudy shapes in it from the marker going and then drying. I'm going to go over all of the leftover areas and do the same thing so that they look uniform with one another. And also so they all look evenly worked. It's so pretty, thank you! Yeah, I really like how traditional art has the texture in itself. Yeah, me too. I love digital too. There's so many things you can do with it. But the like organic nature of physical media art materials can't be quite replicated because when you do it in a computer, say you're trying to get a watercolor texture, so you use a watercolor brush in the computer, and it looks pretty much like watercolor, but it's still not the same as like having the paper that you selected with its unique qualities in that specific sheet interacting with the brush you selected, the water that you got in there. What is the temperature of the water, or does it have minerals in it or whatever? And then the paint you use, the brand of paint you use, the color you chose. It's just not the same. It's not the same on a computer. I think that's good. I don't want to overwork it either. I don't know if this is bleeding through. It's starting to soak in a bit, so I don't want to add too much, because once it starts really soaking into the paper, it's I don't like how it looks once that starts happening, and it's not very easy to work with it anymore. Just like there's too much on there and you just can't do anything anymore. So I don't want to get to that point. I think I'll stop here because I've got the 3 levels of color on this red stuff. I'll probably come back to it with, especially here, I think I'll do another layer of color, either like one of these again or an even darker color. But let's move on to this one, which is at the bottom of my list here, but it's the next darkest color, which was C6, based on what I needed for the light color. C6. So, alright, perfect. C8 and C10. I will get 6, 8, and 10. 6, 8, and 10. 6, 8, and 10. Wow, I just got the 10-minute notification on my, from my calendar that we only have a little over 15 minutes left. It's gone by so fast, having so much fun. Okay, C6 we already used, but I've got it here in case I want to use it again. C8. So, this is going to be interesting because I've got these sunglasses. The light is shining on them, but I want them to be really dark. I'm going to look up sunglasses to get an idea of how the light works on them. I might have to put sunglasses in the sun because they've got like that studio lighting where there's not really, it's all diffuse light and there's not like a single. Sunglasses in the sun. Oops, I clicked shopping instead of images. I hate how Google like moves it. Sometimes images is the first option and sometimes sunglasses. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, hold on. I gotta click on this Amazon item. Oh my god, this is crazy. Look at that. It's a full face sunglass. What the heck? It's like very weird, but also very cool or something. Like, I don't know, it's like really futuristic. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll down. Oh, look, there's a ton of them. Full cover sun shield. I might need this. This is really weird. This is really weird and I like it. What? What? Here's another picture. What does it say? Face shields that are a fit for a stylish protection, it says. What? It's like ski glasses. Yeah. What the heck? I like this. I have never seen this before, but it is like so weird and futuristic. Like, one review says, this is pretty cool, but I would have preferred it if it extended to under the chin so the whole face were covered. So, that's so cool. Oh, somebody says that it gets warm. Gets warm inside of it. Okay, that is not what I was looking for, but that's very, very interesting. Weird. There's like a motorcycle helmet or something, but no helmet. Oh, this is cool too. Okay, now I'm like shopping. I'm supposed to be live streaming it, but okay, this is the last one. Third eye sunglasses. So it has a lens on the top for your third eye. That's pretty cool. Okay. That's not what I was looking for though. I want to see what sunglasses look like. Oh, they're all kind of colorful ones. I need just like black ones. Okay, I'm going to put black sunglasses in the sun. Whoops. My search went away. Right there. I keep tapping the Google instead of moving my cursor. Okay. Black sunglasses in the sun. Dang. There's still like that diffuse studio lighting. It keeps showing me sponsored stuff and it's really cool sunglasses. I need to not be seeing this right now. Okay. Alright. Okay. So this is the picture. I think I'm just gonna do something like this. This is nice, simple. I think it makes sense since it's underwater. Even if the sun is shining down, it will be diffused by the water itself. So I'm going to leave that up here on my phone stand so that I can look at it. So it's like it's just a gradient from here to here. So when I do marker gradients, I usually do some lines and then fill it in all the way. This. Because then once you go over it again with the lightest color, it smooths out pretty nicely. Okay. Oh wait, let's mark this one. C8. And now this one for the darkest areas. And also add to this gradient. And this was C10, the darkest of the cool grays. I really like how this line of markers. This is a pretty color combo. Now I've gone and mixed them all up, but I only have a few minutes left of streaming anyway. What does it look like? 5-ish minutes? Or if I want to go the full hour, which maybe I will. What the heck is Friday? If I go the full hour, about 12 minutes. Okay, so I was writing down C10. Sweet. Now I need the C6 again. I say again, but I haven't used it today. Anyway, I'm going to use it now to combine these three colors together. Yeah, I'm getting some interesting blending effects. Nice and smooth. Go back to the C8 to do a little bit more with this line here. That'll be good for now. C6, C10, C8. Now this hat. So the light will be hitting it on the front here. Maybe a little bit right here. Exy, what are you gonna do with your spells? Are you gonna... You should make a blog. You're always making all these cool things. I'm like, wait, where are the spells gonna be? Exy's spell book. Exy's School for Magical Persons. I know it's not that good of a name, but... Oh, I'll make a vlog. I'm thinking about the name. Yay! Yeah, I think it would be so cool. You're making so many cool things all the time. I mean, you don't have. You already said you were, but I don't want to be too pushy, but yeah, it's like it feels ashamed to not let the spells out, let the potions out into the world. Whew, the paper's getting a little sticky with the markers. Hopefully that's not like getting stuck to my hand or anything. I don't see anything, so I don't think so. But that always happens. Or at least in my experience, any paper I've used, eventually if you layer enough marker on top, these alcohol markers, Copic markers, it starts to get sticky because it's not absorbing in anymore. It's just sitting on the top. Yeah, what the heck. I will go for the full hour. That's not too much later. I got started late anyway, so. Sweet. We are on the Orca, the black part of the Orca. Though, I wonder if I should put all of my... I have the perfect little thing to put on here so that I don't do anything on it. But it's upstairs. So, because this is supposed to be this color. I colored it the wrong color and I was going to fix it on Photoshop when I was done. Well, I'll just do my best to remember not to color that part. Interesting. I'm thinking about a name for the author of these books. I can't just publish them under my legal name. It wouldn't be believable. I want a name that can exist in this magical world. Oh, I understand. I understand that. I spend so much time. I don't remember if I've ever told you. I don't know if it's ever come up on a live stream, but I'm working on a novel, and it's every time I have a new character, and a lot of times they just pop up like, oh, this character suddenly does this as I'm writing. I'm like, oh, this character, I don't know anything about this character. It's like thinking up names. I have this whole like naming style for the world and everything, so I totally understand. You gotta take your time, pick a good one that feels right. Okay, so T6 is what I used. So I'll do the same thing. So T6, 8, and 10 for the black part of the Orca. Ooh-wee. That 6-kilometer run, plus a couple days ago, I did a really big leg workout on Ring Fit Adventure, and my legs are like really sore now. So sitting back down just now after retrieving my markers was like, oh, dang. Whoa. Okay. So this is the biggest single color area. But I'll start small. I'll start with this little fin right here. Or is it a flipper? Guess it's a flipper. I feel like it's a flipper if it's on the, like, if it's the equivalent of an arm, and it's a fin if it's... But it's not a flipper when it's on a fish. I don't know. I don't know about the nomenclature. Whatever, won't worry about it too much. So I think that this flipper would be completely in shadow from the body. So I'm going to do the whole thing in this first color, first shadow color. It's such interesting shapes that the marker is making when it dries and it has this organic shape. It's almost like when wood gets wet and then it's got that like weird, like a wooden table gets water spilled on it and not cleaned, and then there's this dark ring. Okay, but this flipper would definitely be getting hit by the light, but I think most of it would be in shadow because it's like this. So it's like the edge is lit up. And then by doing that, it will help the flipper be visible against this dark rest of the body right there as well. So there's also a practical reason to do it. Just to make it easier to see for people who are looking at it. This does not want to stay on there. Okay, it did this time. Stayed on there this time. Okay, so I've got this shadow already established right here. I think I will do like that. Or maybe like, yes, okay. Caught on my sleeve for a second. Now I'm not going to have time to do it, but I realized something that I've been doing on the other colors that I didn't do on this first one is go back over it. So I hope I remember next time to do that. Okay, I'm going to raise this line a little bit and do it all the way up from here. So now I see it in effect. Oh yeah, I like that much better. I'm looking it over. The sun is hitting like this. I'm thinking about this dorsal fin. Okay. Just gotta make a decision. Now, side of the face, I think it would be like this. Okay, I'll do this part first. I wasn't sure about this paper and how I would make it work, but now that I've done a lot more markering on it, I like the overall texture I'm getting, even though it wasn't anything what I was expecting. And then underneath this part of the nose, here I'm going to round it out to make it nice and soft and chibi-ish. Okay, and I'm just going to try to ignore that part that I need to fix in Photoshop anyway. Okay, wait, let's mark this one down. This was T8. So finally, T10 to do some really dark areas. Under the fin. And then this fin, I'll show a little bit of reflective light on the side that I think would have more sunlight reaching it. Okay. I am going to let that be good for today. So I shall mark this down. T10. It looks like it's still a bit wet, but I think it's just the layering of the, like, I don't think I can go much more because the marker is really starting to sit on top and look really, like, you can see that light reflecting. It's just sitting on the paper and not absorbing. So this is a close-up if it will focus. No, not going to focus. I will click the button. And then I pull it away. Okay. Here's a close-up of our Orca agent. Our wrapped Orca agent so far. It's actually kind of cool and different. That definitely won't be captured in the scan, that reflective quality. Oh, I didn't get this part of the tail. Well, I'll get it next time. I'll get it next week. Okay. Focus on that. This mid-range. Coming along, I think it's a pretty good progress compared to where we were last week, or where we were when we started today. Looks great, thank you. I'm gonna keep working on it. Hopefully it won't take too many more sessions, but we'll see. And so that's it for today. I'm sure orcas are wet, so it doesn't look weird when it shines. Yay! Thank you for that encouragement. It's true. It's so appropriate to the subject matter. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully see you next week on Wednesday. Bye!